I got a very interesting question from a nail professional in Alberta, Canada, who asked me this. I don't like wearing gloves, but now I have to because my hands are broken out and irritated. So which is better to use in a nail salon? Disposable or reusable gloves? And how do I know which material or what thickness to use? Also, when should gloves be worn? Wearing gloves is an excellent way to prevent overexposure to skin. Now, I've heard all the complaints and reasons for not wearing them. If you aren't used to wearing gloves, they will probably feel uncomfortable and seem to be inconvenient. But shoes and underwear will feel uncomfortable, and they certainly would be inconvenient if you'd never worn them before. Yet both are very useful, and most would not want to live without them. Itchy rashes, blisters, open sores, painful, cracked, or peeling skin are even more uncomfortable. Also, wearing gloves is far less inconvenient than finding a new line of work, which is exactly what many nail technicians must do once they become too sensitive to work with nail products. Think of gloves like you do seat belts. Once you get in the habit of wearing them, you'll feel uncomfortable without them. Now, there are many different types of gloves to choose from, so selecting the right glove can be challenging. Here's what I recommend and what I don't recommend. In my opinion, the very best material for a salon glove is called nitrile. That's spelled Nitrile. It's a synthetic polymer with exceptional chemical resistance and strength. I highly recommend nitrile gloves whenever there's a potential for skin contact with any artificial nail product of any type, including all UV curing gels and all two-part systems, all of them. In my view, nitrile is the best material for gloves used by nail technicians for two important reasons. One, nitrile has better chemical resistance to prevent penetration. And two, nitrile does not cause skin sensitivity. Latex is probably the most commonly used glove, but I don't recommend it over nitrile. Latex is a naturally occurring substance which contains small amounts of naturally occurring proteins. It's these proteins that trigger allergic skin reactions in several million people each year. In some cases, these reactions can become life-threatening. Now, latex is preferred in hospitals because it's inexpensive and it has good strength and it protects against the transmission of infectious pathogens. But it has poor resistance toward artificial nail enhancement products and common solvents as well, allowing them to quickly penetrate the glove. That's the main reason why they should not be used in salons. So in my view, nitrile is clearly superior even if you don't have a sensitivity to latex. Also, I recommend disposable gloves over those that are reusable, mainly because no type of glove is impenetrable. That's why reusable gloves can actually cause adverse skin reactions if they're used too many times. How? Well, eventually nail coating ingredients and solvents can migrate through the glove and concentrate on the inside surface of the glove. Contaminated gloves can cause skin overexposure each time the contaminated gloves are worn. Since adverse skin reactions are caused by prolonged and repeated contact, repeatedly wearing contaminated gloves can lead to overexposure and skin irritation or adverse reactions. That's why disposable nitrile gloves are the best alternative for nail salons. Now, if you're going to use reusable gloves, either nitrile or rubber gloves are the best choice for reusable gloves. However, latex comes from rubber, so gloves made from rubber can also cause adverse skin reactions. If rubber gloves are used, it's important that they have a cotton lining to prevent skin irritation or allergy so that your skin doesn't come in contact with the rubber. Now, disposable gloves should be thrown away after each client or when they become contaminated in order to prevent ingredients from seeping through to expose the skin. If used often, reusable gloves should be disposed of each week or sooner if needed. Remember, no glove is impervious to penetration. Also, consider this. Protection isn't just about the material the glove is made from. The glove's material's thickness is also very important. The general rule is this. The thicker the glove, the harder it will be for ingredients to penetrate through to the inside of the glove. Glove thickness is measured in something called mils, which is spelled M-I-L-S. A mil is 1/1000th of an inch, or 25 thousandths of a millimeter. So a mil is very thin. Typically, disposable gloves are between 4 and 8 mils thick. Now, I don't recommend 4 mil gloves. I think they're too thin, and this can lower the chemical resistance of the glove. I recommend a minimum of 5 mils, but I prefer 6 mils thickness because it provides significantly better protection without the loss of touch sensitivity that can occur with gloves that are thicker. Reusable gloves are much thicker, usually between 10 to 20 mils, which can make them a bit more bulky to wear and not as easy to wear either. The extra thickness is what allows them to be reused for a limited number of times, but this thickness also reduces touch sensitivity. But even the thickest glove, at best, are temporary barriers, not permanent shields. Once any glove begins to show signs of wear, becomes stretched out of shape, torn or punctured, it should be disposed of immediately. Now, it may sound strange that a person could become allergic to the gloves that they wear to prevent them from skin allergies, but that's exactly what happens, and often. As I've already pointed out, latex and rubber are naturally occurring substances that can cause allergies with prolonged and/or repeated contact. Powdered gloves create an even greater potential for allergic skin reactions. Cornstarch is the powder which supplies the slipperiness that makes the glove easier to put on or to remove. Cornstarch also helps to keep the hands drier, which is a very good thing. Overexposure to water can occur when hands are constantly damp, which will cause them to become irritated and the skin to become damaged. Powder gloves can help prevent this from occurring, but a good number of people are sensitive to cornstarch. If you're allergic to cornstarch, you must wear powder-free gloves. Alternatively, to keep the hands dry while wearing gloves, nail technicians can wear a thin cotton glove underneath as well, which should be washed daily and changed as needed. Cotton will wick away moisture, keeping the hands drier, as well as to prevent direct skin contact with the latex or the rubber. Yes, water can also be a skin irritant. Some mistakenly claim that constant exposure to water dries out their skin, which of course makes no sense. Water makes things wet, not dry. These people are probably confusing skin irritation for so-called dryness. The dryness that many are seeing is actually irritation or skin damage. Now, notice that I've said previously that synthetic nitrile doesn't cause skin allergies. Well, naturally occurring latex, rubber, and cornstarch are much more likely to cause these adverse skin reactions. It's time to address a huge myth that some mistakenly believe. That myth is that synthetics cause allergies. But actually, the opposite is true. Natural substances are far more likely to cause skin allergy than a synthetic substance. In fact, the vast majority of allergies are caused by naturally occurring substances. Why? Our immune system is designed to protect us from nature. As discussed in previous episodes, nature is not the la-la land of wholesomeness, purity, and safety that many mistakenly believe, or as some marketers pretend it to be. Nature is a dangerous place, filled with all types of naturally occurring and potentially harmful substances. Now, people don't live in nature anymore. Most people rarely visit there, instead mostly observe nature on TV from the safety of their living room. So they tend to forget that nature is dangerous and certainly not safe. Our immune systems are designed to protect us from nature, including naturally occurring dangers such as viruses, bacteria, venoms, etc. The facts are, when a synthetic substance triggers an allergic reaction, this happens because the immune system was fooled into thinking that the offending substance was natural. The immune system has no way to distinguish between natural and synthetic substances. It thinks everything is natural. Problems occur when the body mistakes a synthetic substance for a natural substance that's potentially harmful. When this occurs, the immune system can overreact to harmless synthetic substances to cause symptoms we see when allergic reactions occur. If you wish to learn more about this interesting topic, I explain in much more detail how the immune system works in episode 38 of Face to Face with Doug Schoon. In that episode, you will learn much more about skin allergies and irritations. For now, I'll tell you that adverse skin reactions come in two varieties: irritation and allergy. Telling the difference between them can sometimes be challenging because many of the symptoms are the same. When something irritates the skin, redness, inflammation, and itching are often the result. When the irritating substance is eliminated or removed, the skin returns to normal and the irritation heals. Allergies are very different. The main difference is that irritations go away once the irritant is removed. Allergies last a lifetime. They never go away. Allergy symptoms can worsen over time or may seem to subside, but they can be triggered again at any time, often by the slightest exposure. The medical term for a skin allergy is called allergic contact dermatitis. These types of skin allergies account for an estimated 80% of all cosmetic-related problems. It's very important to understand that people don't become allergic to cosmetic products, but instead they become allergic to certain cosmetic ingredients. Any substance or ingredient that can cause a skin allergy is called an allergen. In other words, allergens are substances which, upon exposure to the skin, can cause an allergy. It's a common myth that just about any substance can cause allergies. This is completely false. Only certain substances can cause allergic reactions. Water or acetone, for example, do not cause skin allergies, yet some mistakenly believe they are sensitive to one or both. Excess exposure to either of these may cause irritation, but neither is capable of triggering allergic reactions. Not everyone is allergic to a specific allergen. This often depends on that individual's immune system. It's also important to understand that allergies to cosmetic products do not suddenly develop and may take months or even years of repeated contact before they will appear. A good example is I've worn blue jeans for more than 40 years and only last year developed an allergy to the nickel-plated studs inside the blue jean, which can contact the skin. Nickel allergies often require 10 years or more of prolonged and repeated contact in order to become skin allergies. Both irritation and allergies can cause skin redness, swelling, itching, tiny blisters, even nail onycholysis, and painful growths of pterygium underneath the free edge of the nail plate. The symptoms may appear similar, but there's a really big difference. Once you become allergic to a substance, you will be allergic to it for life. Your skin's immune system will always remember that it's allergic to that particular substance and will rapidly react when direct skin exposure occurs. We don't become allergic to nail product vapors, only via direct, prolonged, and/or repeated contact with specific liquids or solid substances. Now, only very potent allergens, such as certain poisonous plants, can trigger immune response just after a few exposures. Potent allergens are not used in salon products. In fact, they're carefully avoided by those who manufacture and supply cosmetic ingredients. Some ingredients, such as monomers and oligomers that are used in nail enhancement products, can be weak allergens for some individuals. This means that these ingredients are unlikely to cause allergic reactions under normal conditions of use. Even so, prolonged and/or repeated skin contact with these products can cause some sensitive people to become allergic. I keep mentioning this because prolonged and/or repeated contact is the #1 cause of allergic reactions to nail enhancements. Gloves help to keep this from happening. Each skin exposure increases the potential risk for irritation or allergy. But at first, there are no obvious negative effects when the skin is overexposed. Many nail technicians don't even realize the risk they're taking until they become allergic. Another purpose for wearing gloves is to protect the nail professional from potential exposure to blood-borne pathogens, such as warts and other contagious microorganisms. For example, MRSA or hepatitis B. Anyone handling disinfectants should also wear protective gloves, since overexposure to disinfectants can cause adverse skin reactions. And of course, it's always important to wear gloves when using products designed to soften calluses. These products are designed to be corrosive to dead and living skin. That's how they work. They corrode or dissolve the hardened skin, and they will also affect living skin and eyes. I recommend wearing protective gloves and safety eyewear to prevent skin and eye injury with these types of products. These products can be seriously damage to living tissue if they remain on the skin for too long or if they end up in the eyes. They work by slowly dissolving the hardened skin, so keep them off the healthy skin, including your own hands. Adverse skin reactions occur in every area of the professional salon industry. Nail, skin, hair services can all cause problems for sensitive clients and for beauty professionals themselves. When it comes to nail salons, the vast majority of adverse skin reactions can be easily avoided if you understand how. And now you can see why wearing the right glove at the right time is a key to keeping your skin healthy.